Hey, thanks for tuning in today. I'm out on a late afternoon walk. I've been big day today. I think I've spent about 6 or 7 hours solely just in front of the computer without really doing any exercise to kick off the day. So yeah, my shoulders are really sore. Anyway, I'm out for a nice walk and thought I'd record this podcast episode for you based on a webinar I hosted for a client. I'm going to change the details about this story, but I love it so much. Today's webinar was about work fame. And I was talking about the 3 key ingredients for work fame: your craft, what you do, your connections, who you relate to, and also your ability to communicate that through content. And I had someone within this organization share their story about work fame. It was just really funny. But she had some really wonderful insights too. But the story I want to share with you because it just shows what it's like to work in big organizations and what the unwritten rules are versus what the reality is. So she was sharing that she started with a new company, a big multinational, and she was at the head office. It's her first week in. Her manager wants her to get some documents signed by the CEO, and she has no idea how to do that. So she just goes up to level 12 of the building, walks in, asks the EA opens the door, and she's in with the CEO of this organization, and he's like, "Oh wow, so good to see you. No one ever comes up here." And he's extremely pleasant, very happy to talk to her. She gets a document signed, gets back to her desk, and her manager's like, "Hang on, how did you get that signature so quickly?" She said, "Oh, I just walked up to level 12 and asked for it." And her manager was horrified that she did that, because that's not what you meant to do. You meant to go through the right process. And I just love this story. And I asked her, I said, "Oh, look, if someone had told you don't go up to that floor in your first week, would you have gone up?" And she's like, "No." And it just reminds me that there's so many kind of unwritten laws, unwritten ways of behaving. I mean, this is what culture really is, right? And because she was so new, she wasn't aware of that, yet she got the best result. And it was done in a really nice way. It was win-win for everyone. And Alan Weiss, I often quote this line from him. He always says, "We often walk around the block to get next door." And often a lot of these, and I think a lot of the time you need to start questioning, is that rule made up? Is it reality? And then maybe just start testing the boundaries as well. I think the second thing I like about the story is that, yes, there's a hierarchy in organizations, but it is also a manufactured hierarchy. And really, people are just people. And I'd say 95% of the time, mostly people are pretty pleasant. They're okay. They understand what you're going through, what you need to get done. And it's just about approaching them in that kind, respectful way. And all the time, it's just about how you approach them in a certain way. And that's one of my favorite takeouts from the book, The Courage to Be Disliked, is the authors talk about horizontal relationships versus vertical relationships. And say a lot of the problems stem from there being a vertical relationship where there's a power imbalance and indifference. Whereas even if you're in a big organization, if you're to influence, get a seat at the table, I hear that line a lot. A lot of the time it's about creating in your own mind that you are horizontal, that you are on a peer-to-peer, shoulder-to-shoulder, friend-sharing type of relationship, that you've got value to offer this person. And value doesn't also have to be expertise. It could be you just made them laugh, or you've popped in and saw them when no one else does that. There's just a lot of different ways that you can add that value and create that relationship as well. So yeah, great story. I thought I'd share that with you on a nice sunny Friday in Brisbane. It is very good getting my steps up. I hope you're getting your steps up too, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.